So over the past couple weeks, I've taken on the task of finally giving my old game consoles a decent setup. I wanted to do this in a way that was functional, budget-friendly, aesthetically pleasing, as minimalistic as possible in terms of saving space, and combined modern and old school features in a way that made sense for me. Hopefully this can even give you some ideas on how to get creative with some of the older gaming systems you might have lying around, and find ways to use them with newer gear. So first we have the H27E6 27-inch 1440p monitor by KTC. They actually reached out to me and sent me this monitor to review, so I'm gonna give my honest thoughts and also talk about how I incorporated it into my setup. And right off the bat, as you can see, the monitor is vertical. It actually can turn sideways like a regular monitor, but it has a stand that allows it to be flipped vertically. I went this route because, as you all know, I've been playing a lot of bullet hell games lately, and I've been wanting a screen that lets me play shmups vertically without the black space on the side all the time. The refresh rate goes up to 300 Hz and it has FreeSync, so this monitor came right on time. You got 2 display ports, 2 HDMI ports, cable management clips, all the things, and I tested some games on it to see how responsive it is, and the results were solid. The gaming setup for this room is mainly for retro games and lower spec indies, so I'm mostly using an old low-end Linux PC, and when I say old, I mean it also has a built-in DVD drive still. In addition to that though, I'm also using a mid-range laptop on the side for more demanding games. This is Blue Revolver on Steam running on the Linux PC at 60 frames per second, and as you can see, it looks gorgeous with the screen set up vertically. Plays amazingly too with pretty much no input latency. This is without using any of the sync features. Now, to test out a 3D game, I used the Steam version of Ikaruga on the laptop since I own the game on Switch too and can easily check for differences between the KTC monitor, my old LG monitor, the Switch screen, and the laptop. And again, the game looks gorgeous and smooth on this monitor. Now, I will say there was some minor inverse ghosting. I compared it with my old monitor and the Switch version of Ikaruga to make sure as well. So to try and solve the problem, I messed around with some settings and weirdly enough, figured out that the ghosting completely goes away by lowering the sharpness, turning off the overdrive setting completely, and making sure that the in-game resolution matches the monitor resolution or gets as close as possible to it. So there is some minor tinkering that had to be addressed compared to my other monitors, but the issue was resolved. The FreeSync feature also works as you'd expect, minimal input lag with no screen tearing. And lastly, there's an RGB light on the back. You can change the colors or turn it off. I chose blue because that's my favorite color and it adds a nice touch to the aesthetic of my setup. My only main issue is that I wish the OSD menu on the monitor flipped vertically too, or maybe it does have an option for that and I just don't see it, but overall, considering the price, this is a very competitive monitor that works very well for my needs. Now, the Linux PC is also connected to another mounted 40-inch TV screen. The big TV is obviously for non-vertical games, but also adds to the aesthetic and serves as somewhat of a digital poster for the living room. But in addition to that, since this is a living room setup, having a big TV makes it easier to see what's on the screen from a distance. And on that note, we move to the next aspect of my setup, the controllers. So starting off, you can see I have a Wii U gamepad, and if you don't already know, the gamepad has an IR sensor that doubles as a TV remote. So I can literally power the TV on with the gamepad, switch between my PC and my Wii U input, all the regular TV functionalities you'd expect, along with the Wii U's dual screen features. Additionally, I have an 8-bit wireless controller that I use for my PC to control the mouse cursor. I'm able to use the analog stick and motion controls through Steam input, and it works amazingly. Perfect for a living room PC setup where I don't want to be hunched over and tethered to a regular computer mouse on the table the whole time. This same controller can be paired with my Wii U by a special Wii U mod called Blue Pair. All I have to do is switch over from 2.4 gigahertz to Bluetooth, and again, it works seamlessly and allows me to use pretty much one controller for my entire setup. This helps keep my setup simple and clean. And finally, we have the wireless adapter on my old, thick PS2. This adapter again lets me use this same controller for the PS2. So one controller for 3 different systems. This is me using the controller to play KOF 11. On top of that, the PS2 is hooked up to an old CRT television that I had lying around at my parents' house, unused since 2011, and it still works perfectly. And even on composite cables, it still looks beautiful in my opinion. Hopefully in the near future, I can add the Superstation 1 somewhere in this setup as well, mainly because I hear it supports Sega Saturn, which is a console I missed out on personally and would love to properly dive deeper into on actual physical hardware. I already have it ordered, and I'm looking forward to being able to test that as well. For now, I'm in love with how my living room setup turned out. Tate mode monitor for shmups, clean aesthetic, streamlined controller compatibility, CRT television, and access to a lot of my favorite console libraries. Comment if you have thoughts or questions. Support if you like, and subscribe to support. It's GK. Yes, MK. Yep, it depends on the mood and what. That's one thing that people don't talk about enough is like how much mood like affects what you want to play. Like, this is why sometimes when people are like, yo, have you played that new thing that just came out? And I'm like, bro, I'm not always in the mood for like what, like, just because it's new don't mean I'm in the mood for it.